Hi guys, it's me, Skylar Capri, and today we're going to be doing my Bath & Body Works September spoilers, predictions, what happened last year, what I think is going to happen this year. I always love doing these videos. I try to do them every single month as it seems like you guys really enjoy them and I enjoy taking that trip down memory lane and comparing it to what I think is going to happen this year as well. That being said, if you're returning to my channel, welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. We do all things Bath & Body Works, especially the body care, so if that sounds like something interesting to you, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and without further ado, let's dive right on into the video. All right, you guys, I'm going to sit on this side of the screen and put some images up right here. But to me personally, September is always a very interesting month at Bath & Body Works, especially since they started debuting the Halloween collections so early on. So if you understand what I'm saying by that, really, we've seen Halloween and fall collections debuting around really late June, early July the past 2 years, and that's really created a dead zone in September. This is something similar that we see in like the April-March area, because they've already debuted all of their winter, obviously, their Valentine's Day collection, and they usually release tropical very early on. So in March and April, it's kind of this weird dead zone before we hit our summer scents and then eventually our summer SAS. So that's kind of what we're seeing in September. We already have the majority of our fall out. We've had 2 phases of fall. We have also had that Summerween Halloween collection, and really the big thing coming in September that we know of thus far is going to be that Disney Villains collaboration, which technically already pre-released back in August. It's just coming in stores, and the whole collection will be available in September. Now, September, as far as collaborations, I think that's where I want to start, and then we'll move on to kind of other products, holidays, previews, signature scent items, and kind of all of that realm. But starting off with our collaborations, in September of 2024, we did not get a collaboration, we got a collaboration announcement. And if you remember what that collaboration was, it was the Bath & Body Works x Netflix Emily in Paris collaboration that was really a holiday collaboration. Again, this one was announced in September, not released in September of last year. That collection featured 4 fragrances, and it included Champagne in Paris, Macaron Cloud, Lavender Luxe, and Paris Amour. And this is really the biggest Bath & Body Works collaboration we had seen at that time. Now, the biggest one we've seen to date would be the Disney Princesses. I believe that was 6 fragrances, while this one was only 4. So we've gotten bigger collections since then as far as collaborations. But last year, that Emily in Paris one was really groundbreaking, as it was really exciting. It was a really extended body care collaboration. They did the Stranger Things candles, they did Bridgerton in a couple of months previous to that, but that was really the big body care collaboration that we saw this year. As far as collaboration news, September of 2025, obviously we had the Disney Villains collaboration, but as far as them announcing more collaborations or putting out more collaborations this month, I personally don't think that's going to be the case. One, I think they really want to reserve the hype for the Disney Villains collaboration. I'm curious to see how long that's going to take up those center displays at the stores. I know the Disney Princesses collaboration was probably a solid 2-3 weeks in my store, where they had them taking up those front kind of as soon as you walk in the store displays. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do with the Disney Villains collaboration. Now, on the note of collaboration news and an extension of the Disney Villains to include more, I feel like that's really up in the air. I think people generally like when the collection comes out all in one go, because then it's bigger, there's more hype around it, it's this big buildup, everyone wants to run into the store. When they draw it out piece by piece, they haven't done that before, so I'm not sure exactly how successful that would be. Also, when it comes to budgeting, when it comes to just the general retail calendar as a whole, we typically start seeing holiday previews late September. So when I think Disney Villains, I'm thinking Halloween, August, October, September, fall, spooky months. I'm not necessarily thinking Disney Villains around the holiday time, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with collaborations the rest of the month of September for 2025. Now, this kind of dipped into the holiday previews. We kind of merged over there when we were talking about the collaborations. Last year in September of 2024, we did get a holiday preview on September 23rd. It was online only, it had select holiday items, and I believe it was a buy one, get one free sale. Nothing overly exciting here. If anything, I think we got previews of some of the core body care fragrances, so your Twisted Peppermint, your Vanilla Bean Noel, and your Winter Candy Apple. I also do think we got some some access to some candles. Again, this was way back when, so I'm trying to pull from memory here, but we did get a holiday preview. This is nothing surprising for Bath & Body Works. So as far as September 2025, do I think that we'll start dipping into those holiday previews? It's tough to say. I think definitely towards the end of the month, we might be getting glimpses here and there. Do I think they're going to do another holiday preview, like online only, member exclusive in the month of September itself? I'm gonna say yes. On Instagram, we've already seen people spotting holiday candles, so they're already starting to put those out into stores, or they're already starting to receive the shipments into stores, so that definitely wouldn't surprise me. Do I think that that's going to be the ideal time to do it and will make them a little bit stretched thin as we get into October and November? Absolutely, but it will be interesting to see how they do holiday this year, especially because I feel like a lot of people thought holiday last year was a big letdown. If you remember holiday last year, I don't think we got any new fragrances besides the signature collections of Perfect and Pink and Platinum. Last year we got Cue the Confetti as well, but that one really wasn't overtaking Bath & Body Works. That wasn't this groundbreaking, huge collection fragrance at all. It was more of like almost a semi-annual sale fragrance, if I remember correctly. I don't ever remember seeing that one in a front display like I did Platinum, like I did Perfect and Pink. So it'll be interesting to see how they do holiday this year. I think fall as a whole this year, we definitely got some new fragrances. So we got Glazed Pumpkin, which was new. We also got Whipped Honey and Vanilla, which was new. We also got Ice Cream Float, which was new. But we've kind of been seeing the same thing here and there. We also lost some of our old favorites. So we didn't get Pumpkin Pecan Waffles back. We didn't get Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte back. Is something going to happen Christmas, holiday this year? I don't know. Tough to say, but as far as September goes, I do think we will get some inkling of a holiday preview kind of in that realm of time. Now, moving on into really the next thing, which I also kind of segued, which is those signature collection fragrances. Last year, we got Platinum and Perfect and Pink. Now, the signature collection that actually released in September last year, September 26th to be exact, and this did come as an online preview ahead of its official release, that would be the fragrance Platinum, which is upside down. So that would be Platinum. If you don't remember Platinum, this one had fragrance notes of sparkling bergamot, silver blooms, and patchouli musk. I do believe that it is still available. It's got to be still available. I feel like I just saw it in stores, but I feel like this is one of those tricky ones where, like Pure Wonder, I thought Pure Wonder was available for the longest time, only to realize they had very silently kind of gotten rid of that one through a semi-annual sale. So I do believe Platinum is currently available, and I do have it in the, what is this called? The perfume spray. I really like these. I think this is a great way to use those coupons, especially if you maybe have a lot of body wash, a lot of body lotion, a lot of body cream, and you want something that's for sure in that coupon range. The Bath & Body Works Villains collection being out of the coupon range is an entirely different conversation, but I will take a moment of silence for that. These usually retail for about $14.95. They're really concentrated, long-lasting. It is a sprayer, so it's not going to be a roller ball if you don't like roller balls. I think this is great to have in your purse, in your travel bag, and as far as Platinum goes, this is such a nice date, party type of fragrance. I think this is really well done for that, and obviously this almost like disco ball packaging, like that is just, it just screams like New Year's Eve. This one came out in the holidays. I think they did really nice with this. Very pleasantly surprised by that. As far as September 2025, I definitely think we could be getting some sort of signature scent. This year, the only really signature scents we got, which one I thought was honestly a complete bust. So the one that I thought was semi-successful was Sweetest Song. Obviously, you had the music box for the full-size perfume. It kind of did okay. I don't know. I thought it was an interesting fragrance. It wasn't anything special. It wasn't like Vanilla Romance where people went crazy. It wasn't like Vanilla Cafe where people are like, oh my goodness, this is the best scent ever. You know, it just wasn't a scent like that. It was very basic. It was a raspberry fragrance. I think it had maybe spun sugar and musk in it as well. It really didn't do much. The next fragrance that we got earlier this year, was Off the Vine. I'm not sure what happened with Tomato Girl Summer. I really don't know exactly what happened with that campaign. I don't think I saw a single person buying it outside of people that were like, this is crazy. How on earth could they make a fragrance like this? Let me buy it to make a video about it. And then I'm sure they probably returned it after. If that's your favorite fragrance, I'm really jealous because the packaging 10 out of 10. However, it just does not work for me. So that's really all of the signature fragrances we've gotten this year. So I think we're about due for one. In September, they usually roll them out. They usually roll that out. Maybe they might roll out a gingham. I don't know. I think with Gingham All American this year, they've kind of seen the end of the gingham line. It was fun. I think it had a great concept. I think gingham as a whole, they've done a lot of great variations and flanker fragrances. But as far as continuing on that legacy, I'm not sure if gingham is really going to suffice. I think we're going to transition back more into those signature scents where they can do a whole display of and really go all out there with the packaging. Now, Life Inside the Page has been reporting here and there on holiday scents to come. And I believe one of the holiday scents for the women's collection, I think it's like Touch of Gold. It's not Heart of Gold because I remember gingham Heart of Gold. I want to say it's Touch of Gold. I'll have it in the description box down below so you can check out that page. Always check her out, her blog. If you really like Bath & Body Works, she does sales, she does promotions, she does news, she does images if she's able to get them early. Great place if you love Bath & Body Works, but I think that's going to be the signature scent we're going to see in the future. Do I think that could come late September? Absolutely. Again, I think they're in sort of that dead waiting period, so I'm interested to see, how they're going to engineer people, how they're going to get people into the store if they're not necessarily releasing that new product. So I think there's going to need to be something new, something big in September, whether it's holiday, whether it's that new product. I don't think they're going to do another collaboration as we just have the one currently going, but that's really what I'm thinking in terms of September this year. It's going to be an interesting month. We'll definitely see how it goes. As always, I will be reporting everything from Skylar Capri here on YouTube, but I hope you guys enjoyed this quick overview. It's not as informational as my typical video is. It was more so my thoughts, what I've seen in years past, and kind of the strategy I'm trying to understand right now. I think we're in an interesting period for Bath & Body Works. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. I think they have a lot of things in the works, and it's just a matter of what time do we want to place them out into the calendar year so that we keep people coming back into the store. And we're getting to that time where that kind of period in between products is starting to expire. So I have a feeling that something big is happening. But you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below. Is this usually your read on September? Do you feel that we're in a waiting period? Are you waiting for the next big thing? Are you super excited for the villains collaboration? Do you think more villains are going to be kind of let out in a subsequent manner? I always love reading your comments, and I definitely try to respond in a timely manner. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.